What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. So, Dead Space, another remake, is now here touting that it wants you to pay them $70 for their base edition and maybe almost close to $80 for their digital deluxe edition. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a remake, another remake that is trying to come here and farm dollars from its audiences and its community. Again, this is something that we're starting to see a trend of. And I think, for us gamers, we're probably in a position where we're encouraging this behavior from a lot of these developers because we rejoiced and celebrated when they announced the remake of our favorite franchise from so many years ago. But now seeing the price tag at this price point, especially when it's the same price tag as brand new games, is a little disheartening. Now, what does it take to make a remake? Is it something that is, requiring a lot more work than, say, when you make an original game? No. An original game would naturally take more work to make. And this is, in my opinion, obviously why we're seeing remakes pop up everywhere. I mean, look at Dead Space, the old game on PC. Look how much it cost. Right now, the original Dead Space cost $5.59. The Origin Key. You look at the second one, $9. The third one, $8. But then when you come to the remake, in terms of the PS5 and the Xbox Series Edition, you're looking at $70, $80. Look at Xbox. Microsoft is discounting theirs, but it still doesn't really make it that much better. You're looking at close to $70 and $80 as well on this front for a game that's basically an old title. That's just the truth. 2009 is when the first Dead Space game came out. Some of you were still infants at that time. Shoot, I was barely, a teenager in that time frame. I just stopped being a teenager in 2009. Think about it. You look at the second Dead Space as well, in the sense that it came out, I don't know. There's just not enough room to justify that this game is going to be coming out and bringing some kind of a value that we've never really seen before, when in reality, there are indie games out there that are coming out that people are saying, oh, this game has got to charge $30 or $40. Sifu came out, and that game charged $49.99 for, I think it's deluxe edition or something like that. You have a game like Gotham Knights. I'm a Gotham Knights content creator for the most part. I have to sit here and read comments about people that basically rage at the game for charging $70 for, its PlayStation version and $90 for its digital deluxe edition, and it's a new game. Now on PC, those prices are actually much less, even much less than, or even the same as the Dead Space game. Let me show you something. This is cdkeys.com. This is where most people will go buy their keys to be able to play their video games. Let me show you how much they're asking for the new Dead Space game. They're asking for $42. Let me show you how much they're asking for Gotham Knights, a brand new game. Look at it. They're asking $42.49. So you mean to tell me that a brand new game and a game that is a remake are going to provide you the same value? When there's another game named Callisto Protocol that's actually coming out that's going to give you a brand new experience that is quite similar to Dead Space, that even has the elements, even potentially some of the creators and pioneers of Dead Space itself. This tactic, in my opinion, is kind of weird, folks. And this is something that I feel like gamers ought to just do that easy, quiet sidestep for. And say, maybe we'll look at you when you start talking $35 in a few months on the next PlayStation Thanksgiving sale or something like that. Maybe if you don't do it that way, maybe we'll just wait and see if the summer sale would do this game justice. And so I don't necessarily think that this is the approach to go with. In fact, I saw a post just recently, and shout out to Evan Falaka, who's a Spidey content creator here. In our realm, in our space here. And he said something about Insomniac doing a good deal in terms of making Miles Morales not get overpriced, because that game could have been priced as a full-blown game. It was a different game. In fact, the reason I'm using the Wolverine footage is because of his comment, because I thought about Insomniac and said, sure, Insomniac didn't have the licenses to make and go back and remake this Wolverine game because these licenses are probably expired, but at least they're taking a whole different spin on the character. It's going to be a whole different game. And some studios are doing a better job at all of this. At the end of the day, I think we gamers are going to be in a very, interesting position to help these publishers realize what it is that we want to support or not. And so I don't know. We're starting to see this trend, and I'm not complaining about it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to buy them. I don't really play horror games, so that's probably one of the reasons I don't have a dog in the fight, but I do see a trend coming along because at any point it's going to show up in my favorite game. My favorite game, even though I don't play horror games, or even if I'm not a big fan of the Horizon, Zero Dawn series, which that one's getting a remake and is barely so many years old. In fact, shoot, you know what? Let me not even complain. Maybe I could say Dead Space. Yeah, maybe you're warranted a remake compared to say Horizon, but that price point is insane. And then we saw The Last of Us. Could it be this is something that has to do with the economic pressures that we're seeing? Game developers don't want to invest, hundreds of millions of dollars into game development anymore. And so they decide, you know what? Let's just find a team that has, kind of an already established blueprint that they can use rather than coming up with new ideas and they're constantly going back and forth, changing things or adding things or removing things. I think that's probably what it is that they're doing. It's a solid business idea, don't get me wrong, but who's going to pay for it? Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching the video. I really appreciate you guys' time and audience. And hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.